This is a message to the Latinos for Trump and any other Republicans that voted for Trump. I'm going to start with the message to the Latinos first, and then I'll get to the other people. First of all, I want to start by saying that, I wanted to do this video immediately after the election when I found out the results. But I found myself using words and terms that are not conducive to relaying a good message. So I decided to wait. I'm still probably going to use a couple of those words, but it's not going to be near as bad as it would have been had I posted that original video.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to discuss a video I saw of a Latino man addressing members of his community who voted for Donald Trump. In the last election, a significant portion of Latino men and a notable number of women supported Trump. This trend is surprising to many, especially given Trump's documented stance and policies toward Latin Americans. So despite warnings about Trump's intentions and views, many in the Latino community felt compelled to support him. Some see this as a reflection of internalized prejudice or a desire to position themselves closer to white Americans, perhaps even in opposition to Black Americans. Some may believe that aligning with Trump could somehow elevate their own status or push back against Black progress. There's a notion that some Latinos view Black Americans as competitors for social and economic resources, potentially believing that supporting a figure like Trump would keep Black people in check. Black Americans, on the other hand, repeatedly tried to raise awareness, warning others that Trump's policies could harm all minority groups. However, these warnings often went unheeded. Unfortunately, those who voted for Trump may have failed to recognize that his disdain extends to all communities of color. The current administration has already suggested restrictive policies like revoking birthright citizenship, which would primarily impact Latino and immigrant families. This administration's rhetoric reflects a broader fear of demographic change in America, as some extremists believe that the white race faces a demographic threat. There's no denying that Trump's ideology is rooted in exclusionary beliefs. His father, after all, was a known supporter of the KKK. By electing Trump, his supporters effectively empowered someone who upholds these exclusionary ideologies, often to the detriment of minority groups.
So, you voted for a man who doesn't care about you at all. And he's made it very clear. Whenever he talks about the immigrants and he calls them rapists and murderers, killers, and garbage and scum and the worst, they're sending their worst over here. He's talking about you too, and me, because to him, we're all the same. If he was walking down the street and he saw you and one of the people that had just crossed the border, he wouldn't be able to tell you apart, and to him, it doesn't make a difference. We're all the same. They don't care. They just want to get rid of the immigrants. And I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a man named Stephen Miller that's probably going to be on Trump's cabinet. He's going to be one of his cabinet members, and he's going to be in charge of the deportation actions, right? And that man, Stephen Miller, wants to change the laws so that they can take away naturalization. You think that that piece of paper that you have, if you have it, if you've become a naturalized citizen, you think that piece of paper makes you different. But in their eyes, you're not different. I was born here. And I'm not different to them, to those people. The way they think, I'm just like all the rest of them. To them, I'm the same. So that piece of paper is not going to save you. And they're trying to make laws now. They're in the process of figuring out what they have to do to change the law to take away that naturalization citizenship. They're also looking into taking away natural born citizens, people who came here and had kids here that were born here. They're looking to take that away as well. Unless you were born here to legal citizens, that's the only way you're going to get to stay, if they have their way. Now, there were thousands of people on TikTok trying to warn you about that, what that man really was. I was on here, not making videos, but I was on here posting comments and texting people and talking to people on here and trying to get them to understand who that man really is. But y'all chose to ignore it. I don't know what it is you thought you were accomplishing by voting for that man. You think that they're going to see you as an equal, or, they're going to treat you like a white man or whatever. No, you fucked up. They're going to get you out of here. All they wanted was your vote. They got it now. They don't need you anymore. And they're looking to get you out of here. Right? Now, I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe somebody in his cabinet can convince him, hey, it's not a good idea to deport these people. They're a big portion of our workforce. And if we deport them, the economy is going to go to shit. I don't know. Maybe they can convince him. And if they do, well, lucky you. But if they don't, you are the prime target. And you voted for it.
Now, we're seeing some Latinos try to distance themselves from Trump supporters within their own community, claiming it was only the Cubans or not all of us. However, if Trump enacts policies that benefit Latinos, those who voted for him will reap those benefits regardless. Meanwhile, Black Americans are likely to suffer as Trump's policies continue to embolden law enforcement and foster an atmosphere where police violence may occur without consequence. In the Black community, men and women came together to support leaders who promised to stand with them even if those leaders weren't perfect. They saw the bigger picture, recognizing that unity within the community is essential for any real progress. This is a sentiment we should hold in every election. It's not about friendships or alliances. It's about voting for those who protect our community's interests. America is a nation of diverse communities, each with unique needs. When other groups gain power, they tend to prioritize their interests, as they should. However, when Black leaders come into power, too often they lack the same loyalty to their own community. Some are quick to betray their own for minimal gain, putting their own people at a disadvantage. We've seen other communities, particularly Hispanic and Asian groups, support their own interests, understanding the importance of strength in numbers. Some Black Americans, however, remain divided and sometimes hostile toward other Black immigrants or groups, failing to see the value in a united front. For example, when the rhetoric around immigration became heated, we saw many groups point fingers at each other. Some Black Americans even blame immigrants for perceived threats to jobs and resources, yet Hispanic communities, instead of criticizing new immigrants, recognize the value in increased numbers as a way to amplify their political influence. The larger a community's population, the stronger its influence. Some groups understand this and work collectively to strengthen their numbers and advance their interests. Meanwhile, some Black Americans unfortunately remain divided, failing to see the broader political impact of these demographic shifts. In the end, those who voted for Trump may come to realize that his administration's policies are not in their favor, as he has demonstrated his stance toward all minorities. Supporting him did not protect anyone from the biases he holds against communities of color, including Black Americans. That's all I have to say on this topic. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Even though we tried to warn you. So anything that happens to you, it's your own goddamn fault. You voted for it. That's what you wanted. That's what you're going to get. I have no sympathy for you. Sorry. You know, for all of you who didn't vote for him, I'm sorry that you're going to have to go through this. I truly am sorry. And that's my message to the Latinos for Trump. You won. Congratulations. You might get your ass deported back to Mexico or wherever you came from. Congratulations. Now, to the rest of you that voted for Trump, you sold out your country for the price of eggs, the price of gasoline, interest rate on loans, the price of houses. You were too selfish and too fucking greedy to do the right thing. No, you wanted to do something for yourself. Fuck the country. Well, you screwed yourself and the rest of us in the process. That man is too stupid to run this country. If he does what he's planning to do with the tariffs, you think prices were high under Biden? You're about to find out how high they can go. You're going to have to choose between groceries and rent. If you're already in that situation, I'm sorry for you. But if you were in that situation and you voted for Trump, well, then you just fucked yourself even more, because it's going to get worse. If you believe what that man told you about tariffs, that he can bring prices down by using tariffs, you're fucking stupid too. He's an idiot, and you're even dumber for believing him, because that's not the way tariffs work. And it takes a little bit of research and you can figure that out. It doesn't take long. You can find it right away, and you can see who pays the price for tariffs. It's not the country that's selling the goods, and it's not the country that's buying the goods, right? It's the people that are the manufacturers that are ordering that product, and they're going to turn that cost over to you. They're not going to eat it. They're going to pass it over to the consumer, which is you and me. So you did this to yourself. You thought that Trump could lower the price of eggs and gas and I don't know why you thought that. People were on here, I saw that too. People were on here trying to tell you that's not how it works. It's not going to do anything. Trump's telling you all this bullshit and you're buying it, you're believing it. Why do you think General Milley and all these other people that were in his cabinet were out here trying to warn you? You guys claim, oh, he got fired by Trump, that's why he's talking shit about him. No, they were talking shit about Trump because Trump is a fucking idiot. Because he's fucking dangerous. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. That's why they were talking shit about him. It's got nothing to do with them being fired. They were trying to warn us. They were trying to tell us the man is dangerous. Now, some of us heard that message and we heeded that message because we know how stupid he is. And we chose to believe the lifetime veteran, decorated combat veteran, over the pathological liar. There were dozens of people in his cabinet, dozens, that were all telling you the same thing. And you chose to believe the one liar in the group. The one pathological liar is the one you chose to believe. So, it's your own damn fault. I was on this app trying to tell people, you cannot trust a pathological liar. They lie all the time. Everything they tell you is a lie. He was fear-mongering and lying to you, and you bought it. Well, to you as well, you think you won. The only thing you won was the election. You lost your country. You lost your self-respect. You lost your freedom. If Trump does all the things that he said he was going to do, we're in for a world of hurt. All of us. All of us. Hopefully we can survive it, but I don't think we're going to be able to. That man is a total idiot. And if they don't have anyone watching him and steering him in the right direction, we are all screwed. But hey, you did it. I'm going to be here to remind you about it. Hopefully I don't have to leave the country, but if it comes to that, I'm ready. I've got an out. Hopefully you do too. Have a good day.